here's how hard it is for the Bank of Canada to figure out what's going on is that they, originally said we're not going to raise rates forever, and they did. And they said we're going to pause at the start of this year, and they didn't. So, like, even them, the people that are making the decisions, still don't even know what the decisions are going to be months in advance.
Not a fucking clue.
No
Not
idea.
a fucking clue.
What's going on with the rate environment? I mean, we just had another rate hike. People are talking about rates going up again, maybe not. Inflation's down. I'm more confused now than I've ever been.
Does it have an effect? Like, are we desensitized to rate hikes now? Like, we're desensitized to the aliens being here
Like
at the moment?
The frog in the water, right?
Right.
Just slowly boiling up.
We're cooked. We're all cooked
We're
here
all
in
done.
Canada, man. You're jumping into a boiling pot of water right at the beginning. All these immigrants are literally diving into 130.
5%, sure, that's fine, whatever, right?
Even the Bank of Canada and the banks are saying two different things. One of them is saying because we're having more immigration, we need to raise interest rates. And then the other one is saying that we need to, it's going to cause rates to be going down by importing more people. Like, everyone's just saying the opposite things.
Hold on. What about the UBI? Did you see that whole thing? The UBI bill proposal? No. I'm light years ahead of everybody. It's
you're always light
years. Just a fact.
Yeah.
They put some kind of bill forward to start discussing UBI here in Canada, and simultaneously, it just so happens to, the same news comes out in the UK and probably Australia, New Zealand. Guess what's next? So guess where UBI comes from? And what does it cost? Right? Like taxes and inflation. Fuck, man. Like, what's going on? So everybody knows right now that inflation is currently only fucked up because of interest rates, or at least that's the story that the real estate industry will have you think, right? And so let's roll with that, because I'd like to believe that that's true. But they're talking about not even taking their foot off the gas. Like, it sounds to me like the whole world's still talking about down. Well, they're like getting you ready. Like, you better get ready for another hike, because
we'll give you some more money to be able to do it. The Bank of Canada basically had $20 million in raises and bonuses. Bonuses, right? The federal government's getting all these bonuses. Like, they're 11% increases to their annual salaries. Like with the bonuses included, like they're funding it for themselves, right?
Sure. But I mean, here's how hard it is for the Bank of Canada to figure out what's going on is that they, originally said we're not going to raise rates forever, and they did. And they said we're going to pause at the start of this year, and they didn't. So, like, even them, the people that are making the decisions, still don't even know what the decisions are going to be months in advance.
Fucking clue.
Not
a fucking clue.
But they'll bail their own people out, right? If we need to, right? No problem. 80% of the staff, everyone gets a bonus this year so that you guys can combat the inflation that we've caused.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because your interest rates have all gone up at home.
Well, and but people will also point to guys like Galen Weston as like war criminals right now. And I mean, if you look at the balance sheet of his companies, okay, like, and if you look at the price of food, and if you know anybody that works in the industry, you know how much Loblaws squeezes the shit out of their suppliers, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, their margins are just growing during times where people can't afford to put macaroni on the table. Okay. And it's getting dire. And like, how many people are intense? Like, I've never seen such a thing. This is getting crazy. Yeah. Like, the whole environment is so fucked. And we're gonna keep our foot on the gas with the rates. Like, but you're gonna have people that were millionaires that had income or had great paying jobs and good amount of money coming in and stretched themselves because, don't worry, rates will be low for a long time, and like, just put down 35% and everything will be wonderful. And now, boom, lose the job, no more cash, house value goes down, and interest payment doubles. How many people with money are gonna, like, what are you gonna do? And then, like, at some point, this has to happen en masse, doesn't it? Doesn't it just have to, like, all kinds of people just go, okay, you know what? Like, I've had enough. I've had enough paying 10 grand for this piece of shit that every month something breaks in this motherfucker, and I got to pay somebody 20 grand to fix it, right?
Yeah. UBI, boom, there you go.
And here's some UBI, right? Here's some UBI.
Yeah. Take it, sign it. There you go.
Well, out of fear of any retribution from my last week's comments, I think that there's a lot of value in UBI. I do. I think that there's a place for it. It's just they don't know how to handle
through
it
a CBDC, right? TK, you want them? TK wants a tattoo right
what
here.
I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is there's gonna be a place in time where it exists. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying that we all should agree.
It's
but what we're watching the classes separate right now. We can't have people living in tents. Like it's just we can't have people dying on the streets. We can't have old people who are going to be Daryl, the people who are no longer able to be in the workforce and who have nothing. We won't have them just sitting out in the streets having that. CPP isn't enough to be able to keep them alive.
So what's next? So what do we do?
I'm just saying, like everyone needs to be very cautious.
Print that money.
And so, you know, there's going to be certain programs and certain things that, it's going to be inflationary for sure, but it's what's going to be necessary to take care of the people that are out there. I'm telling you, it sucks.
Well, yeah, exactly.
We don't want it to happen. It'd be great to go back to the good old 1980s.
How do you fight this though? What do you use if the job market's tight? And people still have money somehow, and they're pumping now somehow people have money and you get UBI.
You just keep putting the show on, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's it. That's what you do. There's people getting rich off it.
Get a fifth mortgage right here. No documentation.
50-year, 90-year amortizations. This is what it is.
9,000
people want to hear.
Your great grandchildren are going to be paying off this loan.
Yeah.
Come to
but you can tell them you owned a property, you know, or
that's normal though, right? There's some places in the world where it's 90-year mortgages that are normal.
90-year. Where's
I don't know. I don't know where that is, but I'm telling you, somewhere is got
interest only mortgages.
Interest only, probably. Yeah,
they're not normal, but maybe
Canada.
They have them.
Yeah. It's called Canada now. I hate to break it to you. We got 90-year mortgages and interest only payments. Actually, we don't even have that. We have, what are they calling them? Reverse. These loans are going backwards, everybody. You're not even covering the interest.
Eventually people have to sell. Eventually you can't service the debt anymore. So you sell to somebody who's got more money than you. And it just, over time, people just collect real estate and then they don't have mortgages on them because these are very extreme high net worth individuals. And there'll be less and less ownership and more people renting.
Yes. We need, remember my idea, TK, of having a tunnel to a city that's like kind of off in the distance with like pods. You know, you start talking
about everybody into
like one of those what are they called? What's Elon's digging company called? Boring company. Yeah, get a little boring action out past Newmarket or something.
High-speed trains are.
Let's go. Maglev. Let's do something. People are just in tubes like at Home Depot. Right? Let's go. What are we waiting for? Why do we got to be so close to this fucking downtown for? Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.